Well, here goes. Gonna get it over with. Do my part to stop Obama's swath of destruction. At least that's what they say, and I hear it everywhere, so it must be true. Though it's hard to believe some of it, about how he's a Muslim terrorist sympathizer and a socialist and some of the rest of it. He comes across as such a decent, moderate, hardworking, thoughtful, patriotic, family kind of guy. I guess it could all be an act. Satan is crafty in his ways. And what reason would anyone have to mislead me about what's going on? Everybody's committed to the truth, right? I like to vote on voting day, actually go over there. I don't know, my dad fought for it. Plus I like to get all the newspapers, to get the recommendations on the things I don't know much about. I can't say I'm real enthusiastic about the alternative, though. Even though Romney's a real patriot, and he's not afraid to say so. Of course, he says a lot of things. Well, at least he's always thinking. He seems like a smart, quick guy. Of course, so am I, and I wouldn't vote for myself for president. Romney's right that Obama should have gotten the economy going by now, even if it was totally messed up. But I keep wondering how long it would be before President Romney would start saying, have patience. You can't expect the president to fix a big old sick economy. That's not the government's job. We can't control that. And what's with the tax returns? The president shows all his tax returns. Ryan has to show all his to Romney. So does every candidate. Why not Romney? Well, if it were anyone else, like Obama, I'd say he had something to hide, but I know Romney's a man of principle, so it must be just the principle of the thing. Obama may be the devil incarnate, trying to bring America down, like they say, but he really does come across as a gentleman. It must be an act. In fact, I kind of resented all those zingers he got off on Romney in that debate about changing positions. Probably feels like it's easy to find things to criticize and say you could have done differently when you're not in the hot seat. I don't think that's very nice. Plus, Obama does have the advantage of actually being in office and having those responsibilities, so it's not really fair. But I kept thinking, and this is one reason Obama strikes me as decent, there were so many things he didn't say to Romney that he could have. Like every time Romney says he was a bipartisan governor who brought people together. Well, come on, he didn't have to work with a Congress who said explicitly they'd block everything he did, do everything they could do to make sure he fails and isn't reelected. That Romney had over 800 vetoes, and that Massachusetts was 47th in job creation while he was in office. I guess Obama doesn't want to sound like a complainer. He strikes me as the kind of guy who just keeps his head down and keeps going and tries to ignore the nipping at his heels. Of course, it must be an act if it's all true what they say about him, which it must be. Why would anybody want to mislead me? The one thing Romney said that we can count on is lowering taxes on himself. I keep wondering how much money any one person needs and how we could have had such prosperity in the Eisenhower years when people like him were paying 80% income tax. Well, I'm sure the wealth will trickle down somehow, like Romney says, even if it never has before. Just like less regulation on food, drugs, and pollution is a good idea, even if it doesn't sound like it at first. I know he's got a plan. I'm sorry, God forgive me, I'm starting to sound like Obama here. Well, here we are. This is my big chance to bring down the bad guy in the White House, even though my gut tells me differently. Time to get serious. It's just me in the voting booth now. There's a time for fun and a time to get serious.